And I should be on YouTube and LinkedIn. Let's see. We will wait because it's saying uploading. And I see that I'm on. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to Capture and Connect. This is a live podcast for you, macro, nature, and landscape photographers who want to build your your passion to profit. And I come here every single Tuesday, and I'm excited because I love to jump in before the podcast. Then I go into the podcast, and then I jump out of the podcast to talk to you guys. That's why I do it live. And I want to give a shout out right now to Riverside because they rock. This is a company that does podcasting, and now they do live streaming like what we're doing. And I'm probably going to be an affiliate with them, you guys. This is part of marketing, the part of getting connections, part of working with your clients. What we're going to talk today with you creatives. And I'm excited to jump in and discuss this with you today because it's super important because we're very, very different. And I just want to say hi before I jump in. Let me go in the chat and see if anybody's there. Say hello. And I think I have a chat in there. I last time I couldn't get it going. So you guys go ahead and say hi. Introduce yourself. Where are you from? Is this the first time you've been to the Capture and Connect? The more we get to know each other and support each other, the more you guys could throw in chats as I'm discussing things on this podcast. So we connect together and you could actually market better. You can actually build your dream business if that's what you want, because you could do it. We don't say hello. We don't listen to the naysayers. Hello, hello. Treasure, nice to see you, Scott. Snow Sugar, nice to see you. I think you're here. This is the first time, right? Oh, so I remember last time I couldn't say your name. Hello, hello. Nice to see you guys. I'm so happy. Let each other know where you're from. What do you like to photograph? What is your passion? Where you want to market? You really touch people. I just love when you guys are here. I'm excited that you're joining me on the podcast. Yeah, and it is and I'm super happy when things work out. So far everything's working out. Dogs aren't barking yet, but it is live. And I will answer your question. So hello, nice to see you guys. I am very happy to say, look at I could do this. Show treasure. And I was going to try to make it bigger. It's down at the bottom. Sugar. Snow Sugar. Hello. Nice to see you. Oh, look at that. I like that. Look at the bottom. Snow Sugar video by Yuko Sato. I don't know how to say that, but I'm very bad. But hey, you're here and that's what matters. And then the same thing. Oh, I know so. I know so. Hello. I'm so happy you're here. I didn't think you'd be up. She's all the way on the other side of the world. So thank you. Nice to be here. Oh my gosh, it's so awesome. So yeah, let's just go through some of the boring stuff and then I'll dive into marketing so you can really figure out how you want to connect to people. That's the main thing. So we're here or I'm here and you guys are here and I have some plans coming up and gifts coming up because I did that last year and I haven't done this yet because I'm trying to get things rolling on Riverside, and it's working. So I like to give gifts when I do this and surprises, and it's coming up. Now that we can actually schedule these podcasts before the people show up live, you guys get a little special gift. And the people who are watching after the fact, if you put the questions down if you put your questions or comments down below the YouTube, I will answer them. And that's what I've done for several of you guys that come and watch the podcast afterwards. I'll do the next podcast and answer your questions. So I'm here every Tuesday, 11:30 a.m. Eastern. PhotoBiz Method is YouTube. We have Facebook up here. This is the Photography Creative Coach Facebook page. We were streaming on this and having problems. Just got to go in Scrappy. It's not working right now, and I don't know why. Hopefully, Riverside will work on that. After this is done, just to let you guys know, you can listen on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Amazon has two things, Audible and Amazon Music. And you can, if you like this, you can go ahead and check it out, review, and listen because it's all cut up. Right now, this is raw. We're talking, but then I go back and I cut everything off and I only put in the really, really important things that I feel like you should listen to. Right now, I'm connecting with you guys. I love connecting. So this stuff right here that I'm talking will not be on it. Unless you guys have a great question and I answer that question, it will be on the podcast after the fact. So that's how that goes. And today we are going to reach the right photo clients. And that's what I'm going to talk about on this podcast. And I got a lot going on for you. So, if for some reason you have questions, please put them in the chat or you guys talk it up and I will pull your chats up so we can all read it and answer your questions. But it's was super important for me to put this up for you because one of the things that I realize is sometimes messaging, like I know sometimes messaging doesn't work properly. And one time we were talking about how to put your images up for sale, how to get your images that you have and connect to people that will buy from you because of your imagery. And I was sharing how to do that. But I had somebody say, oh, they thought they had to change their work to make the sale. And but that's because I was saying how I like to go look at the colors, but then I look at my work and then I push it out to the world because I know this is something that people are looking for in my area. So, with that said, you never chase a sale because we're creatives. We create from our soul and we will find our people. That's what marketing is. So, we will get to it right now. We're going to just go for it. Let me see if you have any questions before I start. Hello, New York City. Ooh, let's just show. Oh, let's do this. How come it's not? Oh, there you go. Snow Sugars from New York City. I would like to photograph my dog myself for a profile, maybe. Yeah. You know what? When it comes to marketing, that's a great. Okay, see, I love listening, getting your chats because when we talk about marketing Snow Sugar, I want you to think about your dog. So, I'm going to get into marketing and what it is and how we do it as creatives, but your dog could totally be part of it. My dog is. Coco is. She's part of it. She was really big back in the days. She isn't as much anymore, but I had Coco on everything, all my videos. She was with me. So, that's a great marketing thing to have is your animals. Okay, so let me go ahead and get over because we're going to dive in because there's so much going on. And what I did is you could see at the bottom is if you want to get to know me a little bit more, my website is photobizmethod.com. You get to know me a little bit more there too. So I had, oops, we have, I'm moving things around. I got a big computer, but for some reason, oh, there we go. I have so much up on this computer. All right, we'll get to it right now. Let's market. Let's market because marketing is everything. I'm telling you. So, when I start off with this podcast, I'm not trying to ignore you. I just actually am doing the podcast. So, you'll see that I'm kind of going to introduce again and then we'll go into the stuff. So, I will say in the beginning, today's podcast is about marketing for creatives like us, landscape and nature photographers. Anybody that's truly, truly creative should really listen to this podcast. It's super important because marketing is totally different from the way we are as individual creatives compared to a typical business. So, It's really important. I feel like a lot of photographers especially kind of miss the mark a little bit on marketing because I know I did. There's a couple reasons for it, and because when we hear marketing, we think that we're selling all the time, and that's truly not what marketing is. Now, selling is part of marketing for sure. I mean, you have a business, but it's just like a term that's saying that you are connecting to people that you really want to work with. And I'm going to give you 3 steps on how to do it. But I want to do like a little bit of a preview before we just dive into the 3 steps so you really understand where I'm going. Uh, one of the things, my dog, one of the things that people talk about in marketing is a niche. And they will say, my niche is a landscape photographer. I photograph grand landscapes. And my niche is photographing dogs. My niche is portrait photography. My niche is, as you could tell, what I'm saying, right? Is actually the photographs, is what they're saying. I want you to change that mindset. Your niche is not the photography. Your niche is the person who buys your photography, your creations. So when we make work and we want to take our passion to profit, it is the people who buy what you make. And we had that in our marketing for landscape and nature photography. I had asked them to do a task. We have Monday challenges for marketing. Every Monday is Monday marketing challenge. And one of them was saying, well, I don't know how I would connect to or talk to my client. I'm not a wedding photographer. I'm not a headshot photographer. They're not people, it's landscapes. And that was one of the things that we always think that way. And it's not that way. It is, and I told them, I said, it is not the photography, it is the people who are buying the photography is your niche. And I'm gonna share with you how to make this niche today. And I hope Coco, go lay down. Talk about dogs. She's right here. I don't want her to shut off my computer and then we lose the she's getting next to the cords. Hold on one sec. Come on, Cokes, lay down. Okay, so think of it that way. When I started to build my business, I really thought that I was had to market like it was like, here's my photography, buy my photography, this is my photography, buy my photography. And I went ahead and I did my website and I put all my stuff up, got my name for my business, did all this stuff that I said, oh my gosh, now I'm going to put my photography up and I'm going to sell my photography because I'm going to push it out there. And you know what happens? And I did on my videos, crickets. I did it on my video. I did this. And of course, Claudia and Ira make it really awesome. It was all cricket, cricket. It's crickets. Because when I was so called marketing, I wasn't doing it the right way as a creator. That's why I'm so passionate about this. And I want you to stand out from the crowd and not be a cricket. I want you to build your own community. That's what we're doing here when we market. When we build our community, we build the trust that brings in the sales. So that's my little story, and it is very true. And I actually did learn from business people, but I had to mold it into my profession as a creator because I love my photography and I don't want to go, I don't want to change it totally. I change things, don't get me wrong. I change some of my photography, but I don't totally change my values and the way I photograph. Like I do grand landscapes that are very detailed, and I don't do the blurry soft stuff like a lot of people do. Same with my macro photography, it's very detailed, and that's cool. There's no right and wrong. It's the way you like to photograph, it's the way you like to create. If you wanna put it you're the person that says, "Oh, I just this is what I shot and this is how I felt," or you wanna put, say, a sun in there or extra clouds or do whatever as your artistic there who cares? It's your work. I want you to keep that mindset. Don't let anybody tell you, "Oh, that's not a photograph photograph." I'll tell you, my husband doesn't like a lot of my fine artwork, and I don't care. I don't care. Who cares is the clients that I'm attracting. That's what we're gonna do. So I get very passionate, as you could tell. And I want you to know too that when I found what I really truly wanted to do, I'm not bragging, but I have to tell you because I want you to understand I sold my work and I still do to this day to license. And my work is gone for thousands of dollars because I market properly. I market properly. And now I'm a coach because I'm getting older and I love what I do. And there's a long story to that, but that's what I'm here for now is coaching you guys to do what you truly want to do. And I still, like I say, I still love to photograph. I still do all that stuff. But my passion now is to help you build your dream business. Because I get so pissed off. You should really think about this on your journey. I get really mad at people that say you can't do it because they just don't know how to, they just don't know that what they're doing is being like everyone else. So we're not going to be like everyone else today, all right? That's why I asked you, what do you do? What is what you truly love? And if it's weird and way out of the top, the better. The better. I think people are too they feel that their photographs, they don't want to push it out. So I want you to be strong, put your big thick skin on today as I talk about what we're going to do because I want you to do it. I don't just talk up here for nothing. All right. Let me get a drink. Okay. The first thing that we have is our passion and our what we do. And I just went through all that. To market, the first thing that you have to understand is we need to talk to our audience. And our audience as a landscape and nature photographer, as you could tell, is not just the photographs. It is actually the not the subject matter or anything like that. I want you to understand it is the people that love what you do. So when you market, these people will resonate with your photos. They resonate with my photos. We have the same values. We like the same things. I'm really focused on what I love. And I put myself out there as I share my work, as I share what I do for a living, which is being a professional photographer, right? And it's really hard, but tell my clients you need to put a person in there because as you're marketing to your people. It is called an ideal customer. It's another technical term. Don't think of it technical. I'm just giving you the tech terms. But again, we're creatives. Just think of a person. If you don't have that person, it's probably you because you love what you do. But who are they? What do they value? Do they love conservation? Are they travelers? Do they care about preserving nature through art? And then you create this person. And I created someone for you today. I created so you can see what I'm talking well, hear what I'm talking about. So are they travelers? Do they care about nature or art, through art? Let me see. I'm going to create a persona for you, which I did. But who are they? What do they care about? What problems do they have that your work can solve? We will talk about that. And then I want you to, once we do this person, I'm going to share with you how to engage with them authentically, like being yourself for reals, like just taking that thick skin and let's do it. So it's about building relationships with the people that you truly, truly want to connect with. Marketing is connection. That's all it is. It's connecting to your people. So you will, towards the end, we'll talk about you will share your work, you will share the stories, you will share behind the scenes of the shot because so many people just put their work out and think they're going to sell it. People don't understand that value that you put into your work. So, why is it meaningful to you? Let them know. You are the creator. So, let me share with you the first. I'm only going to do one customer avatar, if that's what it's called. It is really a person that you truly love to work with. That has your values. And the reason why I say one is because when you go out to market, when you go out to connect to somebody, you're not going to talk to everybody. And I say this all the time. You don't say, "Hey, everybody, I have this," and you're going to buy it. You're going to say, "I just made this piece of work for you that took me amazing place called Sedona, Arizona." You know, you're gonna it's so much better. It's so much better because you wanna hit the right people. If they're like, "Ooh, I would never go to Sedona, Arizona." Bye-bye. That's not your people. Let them go off. But the people who like Sedona or deserts, they're gonna be like, let me see what this person is doing." And that's what you are doing when you market your work. So, I made Liam. He's 33. He's a doctor and he lives in urban and is constantly traveling to national parks and remote locations and has loves to hike on off beaten places. I got to say that again. This is something that me and Kevin do. So this doctor, Liam, let's say it again. He constantly is traveling to national parks and remote locations and the off beaten path. He likes to do hiking and get away from people. He wants to get away. So, what what does Liam care about? He immerses himself into nature to de-stress after his intense hospital shifts. He wants to escape the hustle and bustle of city life to reconnect with the natural world. He wants that sense of adventure and personal challenge while he hikes and really plays in the outdoor exploration. He loves the outdoor experiences with his family and friends, and he does take photos, a little bit of photos on his phone, but he can't really make the beautiful photography that he really loves. So what is the problem that Liam will have that I can solve? Let's do that. This is what you're going to do. He has problems capturing the moments that convey the raw beauty of remote landscapes to inspire others, especially those with busy or stressful lives. So you can give him that. He wants a visual escape all the time. He will buy your work. His problem is he cannot make these images and have a high quality set of images of, say, Sedona, where he's hiked his personal travels because he doesn't know how to do that. He doesn't have time to photograph, but he loves to get out. And he doesn't really have the drive like we do to make these images. So you can provide that for him. He loves it when he sees work that is really adventurous and difficult to get to because he goes out and hikes these difficult locations. So my photos will give him a sense of place of his journey. He can visualize where he's been because I share that and he can have that on his wall. Now, this we're talking wall art, but we could do this as a business too. He could be a business person. I'm just giving you an idea of what is an avatar. So let's see. I can help him create a sense of calm and reflection, providing nature photos that help him decompress after his long shifts when he's off duty and in his home. So that is an ideal customer. And as I write my marketing, which we will do step 2 and 3 is coming up. As I do that, I am thinking about Liam. So when I talk to Liam about my work, this is what I'm going to share. I'm going to share in like if we were having a conversation. So what we do in marketing is not just typing it on social media. This person is for social, when you're out hiking, when you're out going to the store and shopping, or what you have your camera in your hand, wherever it is. This person, Liam, 33 doctor, always on your mind. Always. That is your people. That is your people. So, number 2 in marketing. So, what we're going to do is we're going to speak to their needs and values. It's not just the photography. So in marketing, a lot of people will just say, talk so much about the photography instead of so much about the values of why they took the shot, or, your values and their values have to really work together. So once you pinpoint who your people are, it's time to meet them where they're at. Talk to their values, their needs, their desires. This isn't about your photos, I know. It's about why they buy your photos. So, let me give you some motivation. So, Liam, he's probably looking for things for their decor and calming landscapes, like we talked about, right? He's passionate about the environment. He's maybe probably into conservation. Are you into conservation? You will change it up for you, but I'm just giving you an idea. He wants to support your work. Okay, let me just go here. I put in here, he wants to support what he's purchased with you. So, as we build our business, there is something that's really important to you. If it's conservation, like before, I used to do a couple different WWW, World Wildlife Federation, and my money would go there. And I would let them know, when you buy a piece from me, it goes to this. So that's another, and that's not, they should know that, because if you are doing something for your values, they probably have the same values. Hear about people, the shoe company where you buy a shoe and the shoe goes to kids. You really should. It's like I say, honestly, we all should be giving for a business too. We say, oh, this is our passion, but what can your passion go beyond just the photography, right? That's what we market. That's what we tell them. It's so true to your heart. So communicate the value. So the more they connect with your work and what it represents, the more they will value it. This doesn't mean technical quality, it means the emotional connection that your work gives them. I always say, unless you are teaching photography, and I still wouldn't say, I use f-stop 22, 30. I used to do this back in the days when I was teaching photography. My f-stop was f22, 1/30th the second, ISO, da da da. And I'm like, you know what? Come to my workshop and I'll teach you that. This is, it's good to give, but sometimes, it's like, talk about the emotion. This is how I got this. And let them know the value and how it really res- resonates within your soul. This is another big one that people, I feel, miss out, is consistency and trust. So be consistent. Some people will do things and will feel like they just have to have tons of photography to show the images. You don't have to. When you're connecting to people, let them see a little bit behind the scenes. Hear about your process of hiking, not the technical jargon, unless you're actually really teaching. But or if you, let's say, I always say, don't say f-stop, shutter speed, ISO, unless you're teaching. That's all what I'm trying to say. But behind the scenes, it's really good for them to see, and you talk to them and market that. Marketing is talking, sharing what is important for you to make this piece. And it's not easy for us photographers. Most of us are not snap shooters. We actually process our work, and they need to understand that this just didn't come from a cell phone. And if it did come from a cell phone, you processed it to make it beautiful. So that will build trust, because you're continually showing up and sharing the process of your creations, and they're seeing that you are really a person that takes your passion, and really puts your soul into it, and that will bring more value to what you do. So it's super important to be consistent and to share that and open up. I want you to open up a little bit more. I know it's kind of scary, but if you're talking to somebody and I guarantee if somebody comes up and they're saying, "Oh, wow, you photographed this," and you will just jabber, jabber, jabber. "Oh, yeah, I went here, I went there." Think of that. That's why you have that person. That's why Liam's here, because you want to talk to them and connect, and you want to be consistent. Don't drop off forever and ever land, because then they don't trust you. It's about trust when they buy. So, um, as they get to know you, honestly, then they will fully trust you. And they will truly see that your work is worth investing in. So that's 3. So 2, speak to their needs and values, not just the photography. 1, we just reiterate real quick. 1 is the adventure seeker. That's Liam. He's my outdoor guy. All right, the last part. We're going to We're gonna work on a game plan together so you could do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do action. Don't listen to just my words are. Come back and take notes if you have to. But let's be an action taker. Now, normally this would say create a strategy. And that's just like, I don't know, for us creatives, it's like strategies, all technical. I say create a game plan so you can connect with your people. So you already know who they are, you know what they like. Now that you know them and what they care about, it's time to connect and hang out where they are. So this is a little bit more of, testing things out and seeing pretty much they're probably where you're at, to tell you the truth. But let me just explain a little bit. So it's not about just hitting the mark and going to social media. I want you to realize what you're doing is you're building deep relationships with these people, because they are your people, right? And you get to know them. Your friends will buy from you. That's how it works. The people that love what you do will buy from you. So, yes, we can hang out on social media and play there if that's what you like. Pinterest, Instagram, all that stuff, Facebook, YouTube, you come here to learn. You could actually even meet, you could be a YouTuber if you want to. I know photographers that do their phone and go in and show behind the scenes and come in, and they get to know you that way too if you want. So those are all great platforms to talk to your people. We're not selling here, we're connecting. So what I like, again, I already talked about behind the scenes. I think it's really important to tell stories also, like a story. We listen to story guys. You heard about my story, what I did, and how I was putting up my website and did all that stuff. And it was just like crickets and everything until I really understood that I wanted to hang out with people that really loved design, interior, industrial design. That was me. Before I tried a little bit of everything. I did a little commission. I tested the waters to see what was in my soul and what I truly wanted and who I wanted to work with. But you gotta go out there and hang out with those people. Like Liam, he's a doctor. He's out there hiking. Well, I'm gonna be in the hiking areas. I'm gonna be checking out, that's what I like too. This just pretend Liam is my ideal customer. So you go out there and you find these places. You can do it over in social if you want. You can, when you're hiking, you have your business cards, you talk to people, you always have I tell you, when you have a camera in your hands, they're always asking. That's part of marketing, it's just connecting. Yeah, come on over. This is where I'm at. This is my website. I want to suggest too, a lot of photographers don't do this. And unless they're really already, I mean, I think they get a little nervous about this, and this is where they miss the mark. Photographers that are really truly within their realm of knowing what they like and want to get connected even more, they build an email list. And they build an email list because they can really connect and talk to their people on the email list. So even though you may meet them on social and you give them a card while you're hiking or wherever you're at an art show, if you're doing that, or if you're over at a convention, these people will join your email list. Some people aren't even on social media and you're missing the boat on marketing. So especially with us creatives, I mean, a lot of times we are always with the other creatives. So I really, really want you to think about starting an email list. You would definitely use something that's free in the beginning. Yeah, there's various different companies where somebody can sign up, and then when you write an email marketing, you're writing to the one person, remember. And what it does is everybody that signed up from you could put this on Facebook or you could do your website, wherever you're at, they sign up and you talk to these people and you treat them special. My email list always gets, if they ask a question, I'm answering them because they're my people. And that's what how you should feel too, because it's fun. You're connecting. Each person is an individual. You don't have to have 5 million people. These are your people. Email is really, really big. So I'm going to push that out, even though I know a lot of people are like, yeah, I don't want to do it. Please. This is where you could give them different updates, really hit the mark on where you're going to be photographing, what's coming next, what are you doing, engaging with them. Hey, what have you been up to? I went here. And people reply. You say reply back, and people will reply back. It really, I get that all the time. I'm like, hey, how's it going? And people reply back. It's so awesome. I love it. So that's part of the marketing sector that way. And if you've been doing that, it's probably because and say let's just say you have the first 2, well, you probably don't have a customer avatar because a lot of people don't do that. I know I didn't do it in the beginning, but it's missing the mark because you're not really talking to the one. So I really feel like that's really important. But I want to just go ahead and give you a little bit more. Once you hit that, because you're consistently connecting to the right people, right? I want you to think about collaboration. And I know you're probably some of you might be there already, like, okay, yeah, I'm ready to collaborate, but I've been a little nervous to do that. And what I mean by that is finding different people that you can partner with, that align with your values and maybe local businesses or national parks or whatever. So one of my clients, she photographs flowers, and what she did is she went to her local place, a guard florist, and she put her work up there. And it's just the beginning. So a lot of people think that they have to go like, oh my gosh, I just got to have the almighty place or the almighty business to start my business. Just get yourself out there. The more you're out there, the better it is. So she put her work out there. She got to feel how it was to have your images up there. She sold pieces. She worked with that person's. They get a cut of it. I don't know if they got a cut of it or not. I can't remember. I'll have to ask her. But she worked with her local florist. If you work with a local place, it's getting your work out there, right? It's getting your work out there. So that's part of marketing. Um, and again, does flowers. She works with the florist. So make sure that the people that you're collaborating with is within your realm. And that's a good marketing way to connect, connect, connect. All right. So let's see. So, what I'm trying to say here is expand your reach. And these people will help you connect with other people that are passionate about what you do because it's in the realm of your space. Okay, so that is the third thing. And I have a bonus tip because I always like bonuses for you guys. If I can't give you anything free, you're going to get a bonus. Now, this is your bonus. Think like a brand, not just like a photographer. So I've said it already. A brand, you're not selling a photograph. You're selling an experience, a feeling, and a connection to your work. Let me give you an example. National Geographic doesn't sell you images or wildlife. They sell you the idea of adventure and conservation, and it resonates with a very specific group of people who feel passionate about those values. People pay for value, and the more they value your work, the more they'll be willing to invest in it. People pay for National Geographic because they value it. So it's not about creating the perfect image. It's about creating, how can I say it? It's about creating a meaning that connects. That's what marketing is. It's connecting to your audience. So, last thing to wrap it up, your niche. It is the people who like your work. Don't listen to all the other gurus. It is the people that like your work. That's who you're going to really focus on. Marketing, you talk to those people by building trust, by showing up, and you show them the value. Then they will buy from you. They will buy from you. You have a game plan. You connect with them continually and you connect with them where they're at. They're probably at where you're at already just because you like to be there, right? So put yourself out there and resonate with their values, and your values should be connecting. Start thinking about who you're talking to instead of just what you're selling. When you build relationships, marketing becomes less convincing and more about growing your community. I don't really like the word marketing. I use it because you guys know what marketing is. You're building relationships. It is about growing your community and your tribe. Your focus on your one thing. Okay. I hope that this has helped you because I really am passionate about marketing. That's why I have a marketing. And let's go over here. I think I even have it down here. I'll get questions if you guys have them. Let's see. This is why I have here a marketing for landscape and nature photography group because I want them to understand a lot. You can put your stuff in there, you can share what you're focused on. And if you mention me, I will answer your question. I will ping in. So if you want to join this and really think about talking, I would love to say connecting with your tribe or your people. But again, I mean, marketing is a term that we all know, so that's why I use it, even though I don't really truly like it. That's just my opinion. Okay, so now it's the post potting. Let me see what you guys have. Let's see what you're doing here. Hey, Wallace is here. Let's show Wallace. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay, let's go to LinkedIn. Okay, let's see what you say here. On LinkedIn, is it okay to go on the platform only one time, landing page with 50 images or less? So on LinkedIn is business to business. This is where I love LinkedIn. This is where my people are at, right? I love LinkedIn. I still do to this day. So if you are working business to business, perfect place to be because you get to know those people and they're super nice people over there. Now, when it comes to your landing page, I would not have 50. So the reason why I would not do 50 images, I would do 20 of truly thinking. I don't know if I ever talked about making a portfolio here. So let me just give you a real quick portfolio. So what you want to do, Wallace, is you start your portfolio in the beginning with real strong images of what you truly love within your soul. And again, when I say this, please think of Liam. right? I'm just gonna put Liam out because we're talking about Liam today. Your Liam may be different. Uh, I don't want you to a lot of us photographers remember we're the one that pushed the shutter button, so it's kinda hard sometimes we're like, "Oh my gosh, it took me 5 hours to get that shot," or "I had to process this and it took me 5, 10 hours to process it." They don't care about that. They care about the feelings of that piece, right? They care when you're actually marketing and you're showing all the work that you've done for that piece, but we're talking about a portfolio now. So you want to attract them in the very beginning so they stop. And then in the middle, you bring in pieces that are within that portfolio, keep their eyes moving with different pieces, and then you end with very strong. Now, I have other ways to put portfolios. I'm just giving you a very, very basic portfolio, but I would never put a lot because a lot of people tend to get bored very quickly, especially nowadays. So I would do no more than 20 of my best images. And then what I would do as I'm making new work, I would take images and just change them up a little bit. People don't realize that you may be changing up, back and forth. You talk about a new piece. This is what I would do, Wallace. So I would have my best pieces up, and then I would share as I walk, hanging out with my friends in LinkedIn. And I've done this before. I share my image, I tell the little story about it. And if I get people really loving it, I could tell that it's resonating with the people that I truly value. Then I will say, "Ooh, they really like this piece. I'm going to go put that in my portfolio." So remove a piece, remove an image, and put that one in an area that makes the eye flow. So you want the eyes to flow. You don't want them to be all bored. So that's what I would do and LinkedIn. Oh, thank you, Kathy. She's like loving the potted. That's my word. I always have my own verbiage, right? That's what I want you guys to do. I want you to be true to you. What you're seeing here is true, and that's what I want you to be too for your business. Okay, let's see. Wallace says, what about slow zoom out from one image movement to work better? Email with images. Slow zoom out. Let me think. Oh, are you talking about video? Are you talking about video? Oops, I hit myself. Last time I hit that, remember it messed up? I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, Wallace, when I about slow zoom out with one image movement works better. Well, if your clients love that, then I would do that. I test a lot of my stuff to see what hits and what doesn't. And if my people are liking my macro work really close, and then I zoom out and show the big piece, that's what my husband likes to do. I've done that before and people like that. Now with email images. So, yeah, I do email what I do in my what I did back in the days, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm working with photographers now, but back in the days, I would share different things of what I'm doing. And I would have say, oh, yeah, I'm working on this piece that's coming along and give them anticipation. And then I would share, oh my gosh, I finished it. It's going to come out next week. I know we always want to show our work like instantly, but I've learned to give them the anticipation of, "Oh my gosh," because we get so excited, we wanna just share it, like, "This is awesome." But it's better to share your emails of just content that you've been doing, the connections, and, like, let's say if you're a hiker, "Hey, I just went hiking, and oh my gosh, I wanna tell you about this great, uh, secret hike that I just found." See, it's not photography. But it's your people, and then you can say in there, "And I did a couple shots, so I'm gonna go in and check out what turned out good and start processing it." It's just talking. That's all it is. That's what we do. That's what we should be doing. Let's see. Hi, David. He's hiding in the background. Oh, thank you, Wallace. Thank you. You're awesome. I appreciate you. Okay, let's see what treasure. the saying. I have a couple photos Liam would love. I love that. That's awesome. Um, Thank you for the podcast. You're welcome. I am so happy to be here. It was a great. Now that I just really enjoy this. This is my fun here after the podcast, and I'll cut it up for you. And next week, and it'll go out next week into these places down in here, these areas right in here. But what is on this side? Let me see. What do I have? I'm just looking. Oh, this is an old one when you have no time. Sorry. Let's go back. Yeah. So next week I will be here and I'm going to actually, I was talking to my assistant that helps me, and we're going to actually get some podcasts ready for you guys. And now that Riverside rocks. I just love them so much. I'm going to get them ready. So if this, I just want to give them a shout out because they really, oh, it's right over me. Or is it over me? Anyways, I just want to share that I can now, this is the first time that I can actually schedule a podcast out so you can be ready and see if this is something that you're interested in. And of course, leave the comments down below, because if you have, I think I did that for Wallace. He gave me a question, and I do the podcast, and I think about you guys. So definitely chat amongst the after the podcast is over, and you guys want to put comments down below. I read everything. I show up all the time. And if you want to see all of the podcasts, then that I've done, and they are cut, and you can see the live ones and they're cut. You can actually listen on the blog, photobizmethod/blog, and that you could actually listen to on that blog. So you don't even have to go to Spotify and Apple if you don't want to. So that's up to you. And with that said, I will see if there's any more questions. And if not, I will say goodbye. Let's see. Let's see. One niche for 20 images. Yes. How many portfolios can you have with one niche? So, yes, great question, Wallace. So, you have Liam. You can make as many portfolios as you want. So, think of your portfolio as a story for, let's just say, Liam, because we're using Liam. So for Liam, I may have a portfolio just for my hiking in Sedona, but then I go hiking over by the ocean in California because there's some really nice oceans out there that people go in caves. And guess what? Janice will make a portfolio for him for that too. But the portfolio again has to tell a story. So just think of that in your when you're thinking about your customer. What is the story you want them to have? And that is what you will have in a portfolio. It's like a combination of of a story within what you make for them. So if you get confused, then I would truly this is what I do. I like to print my work, just a regular piece of paper, print it, and I put it on the floor and I look at it instead of just always looking on the computer. It's so sometimes you just have to get away, and actually it's not the perfect picture, but you just print it, put it out, and see if it flows nicely that you like. And that will help you. Let's see. Kathy has a good question. Let's show it. Where is a good step by step to set up LinkedIn? Huh. I did have that. But I don't know if it's on my YouTube. I will have to look, because I like LinkedIn so much that I did do a video on it, and I'm not sure if I put it in YouTube or if it was in the mentorship that I had back in the days. So, I mean, you could Google how to set up LinkedIn. There's people are gurus on LinkedIn, but Let me just give you a basic, okay? I'm gonna still write in my notes where is that video. But let me just give you some basics, Kathy. Just like a website with LinkedIn, when you first start, who are you? What do you do? Where can they find you? Main things. Those are the main things. Who are you? What do you do? And how can they find your business, your work? How can they find or purchase from you? Right? That's all you have to start with. Then you can get into more of connecting and looking at the people that you really like and look at their I would say look at their profile and start seeing things that maybe resonate with you and you can update your profile. So one of the main things that I truly always say, just do it. So do those, go in there, do the 3 things and start. And then just build upon it. Just like I did with this podcast. It was so scrappy, I had to build upon it. I started this is new, and I'm still building it, but I'm learning, and that's what I want you to do too, Kathy, okay? Alright, let's see. Do we have any more? A landing page for each portfolio? Is that I think that's what you're asking. Do you have a landing page for each portfolio? So let me explain. There's a landing page for some of you guys that don't know what a landing page is. So, a landing page is when you take somebody to where you want them to understand what you do. But a true landing page, marketing fun. Okay, let me see. Okay, so let me talk about a landing page real quick and then we'll talk about titles and thumbnails. So, a landing page, when you have a landing page is where you take somebody that is different than a website because what you do in a landing page, there is a single thing that you want them to do on that page, which is you decide, sign up for my email, buy this, go here. A landing page is all it is one page, and all they can do when they push that button is what you want them to do. Most landing pages are sell or to sign up for my email so I can give you more information. Now, a portfolio, most of the time, it's on a website. But some of you may have a portfolio on Saatchi or Etsy or Facebook in a gallery. You know, there's so many, or what is it? I think Adobe. There's a portfolio. So the portfolio is to so they're going to their portfolio because they like your work and they want to see more. What I would personally do is I would have my portfolio and then I would make sure that wherever that portfolio is at, there is a buy button or contact me somewhere around there because that is what you want. You want to eventually have them as a customer. The reason why we do the email is because you don't want to lose them. People will be in social or they'll go and get your business card. If you're out there doing your business card, you could lose them. But once they're in your email, you're continually connecting with them. That's why I feel like it's so powerful. So, um, okay, let's do this. Yes, okay. Wallace has some good questions. I like to show them. So, marketing fun with titles and thumbnails of photos. So, I wanted to talk about this too, Wallace, because when you talk about your marketing, which is awesome because it's talking, right? The titles and the thumbnails really should be just resonating with the people that Liam would like. I like to use Liam. So, if there's certain verbiages that we all use depending on your client And that's what, don't listen to all the crazy, like it just, to me, is like really just connecting to the right people. If there's a certain verbiage that they use all the time, and you want to put that within your thumbnails and your portfolio, that's what you do, because they will be like, oh yeah, that's cool, I understand that, where somebody else would totally not understand, who's not Liam, wouldn't understand what I was doing. And that's okay. You want them to bounce off because you're not selling to everybody. You're focusing on Liam. I hope that, does that make sense? Let's see. Let's see this one. Website is better than landing page with the question mark. Okay. So a website a they're two different things. So a website is great because it takes people off of it takes people off and they're in your zone, right? That they're, and it's, you're right. They want to know more about you. The website can have an about area, because that's what they usually do. They click on your website and they go to the about. And they've seen your work. They already know, they've seen your work, so they're interested in you. That's why I'm like, capture that email while they're there. But that's the big, I always say it's a big business card, but it's a card that has more space, and you don't want to talk a lot, but you're talking to, oh, I'm looking to the wrong, I'm looking to the wrong, the wrong camera. I'm looking over at this camera. I have two cameras. Anyways, let me talk to you, Wallace. So you could talk more on the website. But don't think of I want you to think about your website as talking to your one person, and don't be like the rest of the photographers. So really bring yourself into that website. Now the landing page is focused on the one thing. So I have both, but you don't need to start with both. You can either say, I just want the landing page because I want people to see a couple pieces of my work, or I'm selling this piece and they can buy it here, or you can have the website and it talks all about you, and you can put in a landing page and say, would you like this piece? And then you take them over and they can purchase the piece or contact you or whatever it is. So it's just two different things to think about. So a lot of people, some people, they don't want the whole website, so they may just start with the landing page, which is just a one page website thing, and then you can give them a little pieces. You don't want a full portfolio on there, obviously, but you can give them a little bit. This is what I do, and contact me, or connect with me and we can work together, those type of things. So it's just two different ways of marketing, two different ways of connecting. The website is, again, I will reiterate, the website has a little bit more to it. A landing page is a one page area that has one thing in mind that you want them to do. Okay. Great questions, you guys. This was such a wonderful podcast. Thank you so much for coming. I love it. So I will get the next set of podcasts ready, and we will put it into Riverside and get things going. And I will be here next Tuesday. Yay! Next Tuesday. I'm glad nothing crashed, and I'm glad everything worked. And I hope that you really, truly understand that marketing is connecting, and it's really getting to know the people and all the stuff that I talked to you about today, because you can do this. All right. You can do this. Just do it. Be scrappy like Janice. All right. You take care, everyone. I'm going to say goodbye, and I will see you next week or in the comments section. Cheers, everyone.